Hello everyone, welcome to our Study College KL webinar session. Okay, so I hope all of you are having a good day. Okay, before we move on to our topic today, just have some time. Okay, we hope more viewers will come in to listen to our topic, fake news and hoaxes, legal perspective and in photojournalism. Alright, so before we move on to our topic, try to subscribe to our Facebook account and also to YouTube, and also like our page. If you have your kids are study, your kids want to study here, okay, you can have a contact number, call us for more details. All right, so we wait for a few more minutes, okay, 1 to 2 minutes, more viewers to come in and we can start. Have a good day and hope today's talk will be a fruitful informations to be given during an about our fake news and so on. Hi, Mr. Sasi. How are you? I hope all of us are doing good. We are back to Sagi College right now. All right. Okay. So while waiting for more viewers, okay, what do you think about fake news? Right, fake news. I think I'm pretty sure all of you have these tiny little fingers to press any informations that you are not informed well, and you try to know, you try to send it to the viewers and to people, to audience, without verifying the informations. All right, so we have two speakers, all right, from the legal perspective, a lawyer, and also from our own lecturer who is expertise in legal perspective, and also photojournalism. I hope both of them can give a fruitful information to us. Okay, before we move on, there has been an overabundance of information which the World Health Organization has classified it as an infodemic. You have heard a word of pandemic, all right? So this is infodemic when it's come to overabundance of information, and at least 266 people of all over 10 Asian countries, from Thailand, India, Mongolia to Malaysia, have been arrested for posting coronavirus related information. So today our fake news is about it related to COVID-19. Okay, since 25th January to 2020 until the 1st of April, PDRM has opened a 40 investigation papers connections with the fake news and about COVID-19 on social media. So far until the April, 40 investigation papers from PDRM. So this is quite shocking, Okay, so I hope this will be a good information talk for all of us by today. Okay, so while waiting, okay. Okay, yeah, please comment on the box over there. Any question related to our topic, anything, all right? So I hope that we can have a fruitful information by today, all right? So to get some information inside the secrets from someone who can guide us from getting arrested due to spreading fake news, I am hereby inviting Madam Gange Vijayan, advocate and solicitor from Messer Gange and Co. Madam has have an extensive experience in the legal field, and her expertise are all in the matters such as contracts, employment, convincing, will, trust, and corporate. All right. So I hope our talk from our speaker, Madam Gange, will be a fruitful. Okay, Madam Gange, the floor is yours now. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, Molly, for the kind introduction. Good morning, all. So, how you all been doing? Okay, I'm sure this MCO is unexpected. Now we have been forced actually into the new norm. Like, how are we conducting this webinar now? Okay, instead of our live talks. Okay, this digital area now has given us a new norm where everyone has a media on their hand. I'm sure from the kids up to the adults, all are having handphones. Even schools are now conducting online classes. Okay, unlike those times we only rely newses from newspapers or radios or TVs, which the news will be a verified news, truthful news. But now we have got the freedom to just publish anything that we want, anything that is in our hand. Sometimes the information will be true, sometimes it's false, sometimes partially true and partially false. So today we are here today to discuss on the fake news from legal perspective. So for an assistance, I have prepared a few slides. So can we just move on to my first slide? Okay. First, we have to know what is fake news. Fake news is information that cannot be verified without sources or possibly is untrue. Everyone can see my slides, right? Okay. Um, Everyone can see my slide? Molly? Miss Molly? You there? Um, all right. Wait. All right. So we are into my first slide. This fake news can be a written fake news, and it's usually published with that intention to mislead. Okay. According to this Wikipedia, it is often called as fabricated news. There's no basis in this fact, but it's presented as being factually accurate. Okay, how these rumors, gossips, and fake news are connected. Okay, let's go back into the rumors. Rumors are widely spread talk with no reliable sources to back it up. As usual, we gossip, we rumors, we talk about people, about things that we are happy about, unhappy about. So when we collect all these rumors and pass them along to from one person to the other person, it is called a chain of spreading fake news. Okay? The information, you must always remember, the information are false, definitely a false information, but it seems to be truth or real. You know, like the wolf in the sheep's clothing. So it's a fake news, but seems to be real. Okay, how do we identify the fake news? Donna. Some technical issues. You hold on, please. Yeah. Okay. So now we are going to see how are we to identify fake news. Okay. According to this International Federation of Library Association, they have come out with a series of guidelines. How do you actually um, can identify the fake news? First of all, you have to consider the sources. You have to first understand the mission and the purpose of this news. Okay, then you have to go beyond the headlines. You must be able to understand the whole story. You don't just pick certain words and you just say, oh, you are excited about it and oh, it may be a true. You have to see what is the whole story behind it. Thirdly, you have to see the authors, if they are real or credible authors. You have to see who actually um, were the inventors of this fake news. Okay, the other thing is you have to go back again to access the supporting sources to ensure the support claims to be the truth. You have to see the chain of the forwarding messages if it's forwarded messages. You have to also check the publication dates. Sometimes the story may be a last year's
Maybe
story, but it was just
last year's story, but it was
forwarded
just
now.
forwarded now.
So you would not be
So
able
you would
to
not be able
actually
to
know
actually
without you
know
checking the date of
without you checking the
publication.
date of
And you
publication.
also must have
And
always a thought to ask if is it a joke? Is it to mean as a joke, or is it a real one? You must do your own review without bias. So you have to like see if there is anything affecting your judgment. You must always go back, finally ask the experts. You can consult somebody who is in the authority or independent people to see if it's a truth. Okay, you may be wondering why these fake news are being created. You know, actually, there are many reasons why these fake news are being created. Um, a basic is because of hatred or jealousy. Somebody is they don't like you, they don't like your position, they don't like your company, so they start to create newses which will affect you indirectly. Or sometimes these newses are created to revenge or teach a lesson. Like you know, it's so common. If you don't like or you want to take revenge on somebody, what you'll do, oh, this person is like this, like this, like this company is like this, like this, like this. Okay, so they are also being created for political reasons. You know, there are different political ideologies, so you may want to condemn the other party. You can do that. These are the reasons. Some fake news are created to promote their ideology, their ideas. Some fake news are also created as a business competitor to harm them. You are doing well in your business, your company is doing better, and there definitely be some rumors, from some gossips, some newses will be created to harm you. Some also been if you see, there are also newses to product to promote their products. Like their product may be a normal product, but they have given an input to enhance the product to show that it is a very powerful product where actually it is not. And finally, yes, it is paid. Okay, what is the impact of the fake news? Most people spread fake news with a good intention. Sometimes you see the elderly people, the adults, they have the good intention. They innocently believe that it is a truth. They want to share this information to everyone they know. They are concerned actually. But if it's a fake news, so bad, it can cause harm to the public. If you can recall the reasons, the reason happenings, you know, when the MCO was firstly created. Okay, it was announced by the Prime Minister on the 18th of March, MCO is taking control. Okay, this panic buying occurred. You know, oh, these grocery things are going to finish, shops are going to be closed, markets are going to be closed. So everybody got panic. So the panic buying occurred. This can cause the public to be at the high risk of infection. No, they go out, they buy unnecessary things, the economical wastage. So this is why we say it's not good. It's very, very harmful. Please believe only half of what you see and nothing that you hear. You have to really do your own judgmental, and you have to make sure that the newses are really true. Okay, why? Why actually people are so prone to fake news? Are they intellectually lazy? Is it because it's similar to the truth? Or are they blinded with the political passion or with these highly influential peoples? Or is it merely because advancement of technology? Because technology is at our hands. So we must take action, take effort to think, to investigate. Don't be intellectually lazy. You please have some sense to actually take the effort to think, investigate, and see closely what actually is happening or has happened. Make it easy. Do not create fake images or videos. It will definitely raise more, create more problems. Okay, what are actually being done in Malaysia? Anyone know? Okay, in Malaysia, this multimedia MCMC, Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, has been formed. Okay, why are they being formed? Actually, this committee was formed, this commission was actually formed to address the need of people understanding about fake news, because fake news has been spreading like so fast. So this committee, cyber crime committee, is also collaborating with this MCMC to address the spread of fake news, especially during this COVID-19. So there are two acts actually governing the fake news. One is the penal code, is the criminal offense under the penal code. The others, recently 1999, Malaysian government has introduced this Communication and Multimedia Act. This act actually, these two acts actually governs the act of fake news spreading. Okay, let us now see how these acts are helping us. Okay, whatever charges under these fake news will firstly be charged under penal code. Okay, penal code. When I say about penal code, is actually under section 505. Whoever makes, publishes, or circulates any statements, rumors, or report with intention. You must remember, with intention to cause fear or alarm to the public or any section of the public. So, you must remember, you are circulating the statement or a rumor with intention to cause fear to the public. These are the three elements that you have to be really concerned about. You make publication, that publication with intention, and that publication will cause harm to the public. Okay, so when you are fulfilling the three elements, you may automatically, if you are charged and convicted, the maximum penalty will be 2 years of imprisonment, fine, or both. It really depends on your case. The secondly is the CMA, Communication and Multimedia Act. There are two sections to be concerned. One is section 233, the other one is section 211. Okay, in 233 is where anyone who uses the network facilities or the network services to transmit any communication which is false in character. Okay, so anyone who uses the network facilities to transmit any communication which is false. Okay, so it provides a number of offenses and prohibitions in relation to the use of internet. Okay, it is an offense if you create, solicit, or communicate via the network facilities with intention. Okay, upon conviction, the individuals can be fined up to 50,000 or imprisonment not more than 1 year or both. Okay, 50,000 is a huge money now. So these intentions, how do you identify this intention? These intentions are like to annoy, to abuse, to threaten, to harass any other persons. Okay, remember, to annoy, to abuse, to threaten, or to harass any other persons. Okay, now there are also another section under this CMA. This is section 211 bracket 1. So 211 bracket 1 provides for punishments for improper use of network facilities. Okay, improper use of network facilities. So this is more to the service providers who uses the content of the application which is indecent, obscene, false, nagging, or offensive in character. Okay. There are a number of cases which recently has been charged under this Communication and Multimedia Act, which I'll come to it in a while. But what I want to advise is, please be careful of what you share and to whom you share it. And please be assured that your informations are from a reliable source. Okay, so you will be let us look what are the possible punishment. We have looked into the acts, we have looked into the sections. What are the possible punishments? So both, if you see in CMA and also penal code, the punishments are not low. Okay, you see, first punishment is fine up to 50,000 ringgit, and I can assure you, courts and judges nowadays, they are very, very particular about fake news and the spreading of the fake news. So I don't see a reason for them to impose the maximum punishment. Okay, in lieu of that, they are also can be imprisonment. Imprisonment can be given to you for a period of less than a year, and further fine of 1,000 ringgit for each day of the offense to be continued. If you don't delete, if you don't stop the spread, each and every day you will be charged extra 1,000. So your money is just going to fly just because you hit the button forward. Secondly is under the penal code. Penal code, the first option will always be jail term. So jail term is not easy, and it's going to be for a maximum of 2 years. And sometimes if the judges are so kind, they can also give you fine, or sometimes if they are being very strict, they can give you both. They can convict you, give you a jail term, and also a fine. So double there. Okay, how many of you remember this case? I'm sure you have heard this. I mean, you have seen this anywhere in the newspaper, in the social media. This cartoonist, he is Muhammad Fahmi Reza. He's a famous cartoonist in Malaysia. And this is a what you call this? This is what he has drawn. Okay. Okay. What is this case is about? This Muhammad Fahmi Reza is a famous cartoonist. He was charged under section 2331 of the Communication and Multimedia Act. Why? Why was he charged under that? Okay, he actually uploaded an image of our former Prime Minister in a form of caricature. Okay, okay, whether it resembles him, our former Prime Minister or not, that's for the court to decide. But in this, he was charged because he had uploaded this in his Facebook account. Okay. He was also said to be sending false communication with intent to injure others. That means others meaning the person who resembles the cartoon. Sessions Court actually gave him the punishment of 1 month jail and 30,000 fine. The maximum fine, you remember, the 50,000 fine. So he has been given a fine of 30,000 and a month jail. But then it was argued at the Court of Appeal that it was uploaded, actually Muhammad Fahmi actually uploaded it as a form of joke, and there's no intention to annoy. Therefore, on Court of Appeal, the conviction has been overturned. Whatever technicality it is, you have to still remember that you should not forward false communications intentionally. The word intention is very, very important. If you do not have the intention, then you can be escaped. But there are few other elements for us to be considering. Okay, coming back to this COVID. As of 1st May, I couldn't get the reason report, but as of 1st of May 2020, the police and MCMC has opened 262 investigation papers on fake news for COVID alone. 262 is not a small amount, on which 179 is still under investigation. 179 cases are still under investigation. 29 has been verified, investigated, and has been prosecuted in court. From the 29, 11 of them being issued the warning notice. 18 of them pleaded guilty. Pleaded guilty meaning they have actually pleaded guilty and either be fined or been jailed. Is either. Okay. So now let us move into the some examples, recent examples. I'm very sure you are aware of this case, the case one, where the Indonesian woman was sentenced to 1 week jail and fined 1,000 ringgit for spreading the fake news about COVID-19 on her Facebook. Okay, let me go into the details of this case. It is Ibu Yati. Okay, she was called Ibu Yati. On January 25th, on her personal Facebook account, she has uploaded an offensive post, I would say, warning, sending warnings to people, saying that 1,000 Chinese people, Chinese nationals has arrived in Penang. So they were the cause of this COVID-19 in Malaysia. So obviously it was a fake news. So when the police caught and investigated, they found out that because of this woman's Facebook alert, many people had become alerted, and they went into the panic pandemic in Penang especially. Therefore, she was actually sentenced for 1 week jail and also fined 1,000 ringgit. Okay, case 2 is about this TV personality. I would not want to name him, but it's a him. So he was charged under section 233 of the Communication and Multimedia Act, where he had no choice to plead guilty. It's also, he was jailed. Okay, so what he actually did, so he posted a video about his own criticism about certain hospital in Malaysia and how the procedure of them handling this pandemic. It's actually a comment, insulting comment directed directly to the doctors in that particular hospital. And as usual, the court ordered him to tender apology, open apology in the court, and also made him to pay fine 17,000 ringgit Malaysia, 17,000 ringgit as a fine just for uploading that particular video. And if he failed, he will be jailed for 6 months. His own view, his personal view, but it created a panic to the people and dissatisfaction on how you can comment on something that is not true. Okay, let us now move to the third famous case, the case 3. This one, a senior citizen, he is above 60. What he did was, he just forwarded a message he got through the WhatsApp group. He just forwarded. He didn't do anything. It was not created by him. It was not created with intention. What he did was, he just got this message and forwarded to the other groups. What the message contains, he did not verify. He did not check whether it's true or not. He just made an effort to forward, to alert other people. But unfortunate for him, the message was untrue. Okay, what the message contains? It contains like, a few acquaintance from the tabligh, the first tabligh cluster, who were tested positive for COVID, refused to seek medical treatment. That's all he said. This particular person who is from tabligh cluster, they were tested positive, but they refused to seek medical treatment. So this created a panic among the group of people who received, whether they have been in contact with this particular person or not. So the court found him to be guilty and fined him RM 2,000 ringgit, since he is a senior citizen. But imagine if it's us, the fine may went to 20,000 ringgit. Okay, what are the measures we can take? What are the measures actually has been taken to debunk this fake news. As I told you earlier, this MCMC, Malaysian Communication and Multimedia Commission, has been playing the primary role to implement policies and regulate online activities. Okay, one thing they do, which is very, very importantly done on a daily basis, is to monitor fake news and set out the list of viral fake news on their official website, www.kkmm.gov.my. So you can go actually into this website every day morning. What they do is they list out the list of the newses that is fake news that's going on viral on a daily basis. Secondly, you can do a fast checking on their website www.sebenarnya.my. Have you remember you hearing this slogan, tidak pasti jangan kongsi? So they have come up with this slogan actually, tidak pasti jangan kongsi. So this slogan was set up to counter the fake news by allowing the public to verify the news sources before they actually forward. So if you are not sure of the truthness, or if you are not sure from where it was sent or for what reason it was actually created, please do not share. Okay? Tidak pasti, jangan kongsi. Thirdly, they are also has set up a quick response team, PRP. You can call them at 03 8911 5103. 03 8911 5103. They are available 24 hours and they will be assisting you to ensure it's the truthfulness of certain news that you want to verify. Okay, what do you do if you see misinformation? As a citizen, what you should do? Okay, first thing, you should not get engaged. If you share or reply these misinformations, you are in a way helping to spread it further. So first thing first, do not engage. If you know it's not true, or if you don't know if it's true or not true, please do not reply or do not share it. Second, you block them. If you seems to receive informations which you know it's not true from this particular person A, and he has been keep on sending you messages, similar messages, worst you can do is to block them, to avoid them to spread the news to you and to avoid this news to be spread more. Thirdly, you can try messaging them privately. If you know someone is sharing this misinformation, message them privately and ask, oh, from where you get this message? Is it true? Have you verified it? When did you receive it? You just get this information and see and evaluate for yourself if it's true or not true. If it's not true, don't spread. Okay? Fourthly, you can also report. You report these misinformations to the correct authority, as how I have identified earlier. You can communicate to the MCMC. You can do the fast checking at the website, and also you can call and confirm this with the quick response team. Okay. Fifthly, you can only, you are advised, from my personal view, you are advised only to spread the official advices. You know, the official advices directly from the particular website, like MKN, KKM, So if you are in their Telegram or WhatsApp group, you get the information, reliable information directly from the officials, then there is no harm in you spreading them. If not, I would not advise you to forward it to anybody, because every citizen have to cooperate. This is not about enforcement officers or the lawyers or the courts to combat this. It's all of us. It's individual responsibility as a citizen. Okay. Lastly, I would want to show you some examples of fake news on COVID-19. Okay, some examples in the website, like you see, senior minister has denied claims that those detained for MCO are placed in a lockup. He said they are treated according to the stipulated standard operating procedure, which emphasizes social distancing. Then you can also see the Pahang Social Welfare has denied claims that there are district JKM hotlines in the state of people to contact COVID-8 during MCO period. The Kulim District Health Office has also denied a claim that an employee of the TF Value Mart has been infected with COVID. You see, those are the newses that actually create pandemic, create the fear. Oh, this particular supermarket, one of the staffs has been tested positive, which is not true. So those who are going, have intention to go into the supermarket will have the fear. Oh, should I go? Should I not go? Is it safe? So this creates a fear among the public, and also it's not right. Okay, let's move to some other examples, like senior minister again denies the authenticity of a video showing the situation at the quarantine center that is provided by the Sabah state government. So all the all the ministries and the government offices are facing the same problem. You see, Malaysian Islamic Development Department, JAKIM, also dismisses the claim that there are 33 verses from Surah Al-Azab that relates to 3 COVID deaths on April 3. JAKIM said there is no truth whatsoever to the claim. The same applies to this Women and Family Community Development Ministry. There are a lot of rumors going on saying that the helpline Talian Kasih calls has been increased. The domestic violence cases has been increased. Actually, it is not true. So that is what this Women and Family Community Development Ministry denies all those newses. So I think we have come to the end of my sharing today. And finally, I would want to advise you one thing. Some of us may think if I have shared a news and I've deleted it, I'll be safe. Actually, no. Under the law, the police have all the rights to investigate, even if you have deleted the post. The post, the text, WhatsApp messages, Facebook or tweet, anything, the police still have the rights, the power to investigate where is the source, from where, how is the chain of message or the news has been spreading. Okay, there is one instances I would want to share. There is one individual here posted the fake news on COVID in Selangor. So how it outbreaks in Selangor and everything. But the next day itself, he apologized and deleted the post. But again, the police never let him go. The police actually called him for investigation, got his statements, and make some investigations on series of the posts that he has been sharing. So don't think that if you delete you are safe. Actually, no. The best is, if you are in doubt, don't share. That's the best rule of thumb. Okay? So, people, if you have any doubts, you can drop me an email. I surely will reply you when I'm available. I hope this information today has been helpful to you to increase your awareness to the to your knowledge on the fake news. With that, I thank you. Over to you, Miss Molly.
Right. Thank you, Madam Genge. It was very fruitful input from your side. Okay, I believe, and most of the questions from our viewers are answered by you actually. All right. Okay. There is only one question. Okay, before we move on to our next speaker. Okay, just one speaker from Mugen Dave. All right. It's about. Can I have a look at the Mugen Dave? Can you have a look at it?
Is
It
fake
doesn't
news
show.
comes from the gossips or it have its own history? Is that the question? Am I getting it
Yes,
correct?
yes, that's the question from Mugen Dave.
Okay. Fake news actually can be sourced from gossips. Can, as I told earlier, it can be originated from gossips or it may have some other histories. It can be both ways. So there's no true or false in this. It can be a gossip, and also, as I told earlier, there's a few reasons for the gossips to be created. It may be created by political reasons. It may has its own history, and it also may be half partially true and partially not true. So Mugen, I hope I answered you.
Yes, actually, madam, you did answer most of the questions by our viewers. Okay, that's why I'm saying that it's very fruitful input from you. All right, and I'm really glad that you're here to share most of the informations for us, which is very apt to today's current situation. And you did mention about sebenarnya.my, correct? That's a portal, and we have an apps too. Recently, there is news about it. I think most of us received an forwarded message saying that our Prime Minister conference will be on Monday, on 8th June. Actually, that was wrong. Okay,
Correct.
and according to the website, okay, according to sebenarnya.my, yes, they did mention that it's fake, and the conference was held on 7th, which is on Sunday. All right, so yes, okay, so now we move on to our next speaker, Mr. Tujendran, okay, our very own lecturer, subject lecturer, School of Communications and Arts, Creative. All right, so Mr. Tujendran has 15 years of experience, and he has experience in, hi Mr. Tujan, all right, and he has experience in the graphic and advertising industry involving branding and corporate communication. Okay, he is one of my colleagues, and I am welcoming him to our webinar session today. And his talk is about how does fake news in photojournalism perspective. All right, so the floor is yours again. Yours, Mr. Tujendran. Mr. Tujan, unmute your mic. Okay, he'll be fine. All right, now he's fine.
Oh,
Okay, Mr. Tujan. All right, you are ready?
no wonder. Uh, All right, so good afternoon, everybody. I shall repeat back again whatever I said just now. Thank you, Miss Molly, for introducing me. And then thank you, Miss Ganges, for the very insightful information about fake news and also, of course, the possible consequences for those who are actually posting this fake news and everything. But then also at the same time, most viewers they forget that there's actually another part of fake news, which is under the category of photojournalism, where you can use photo manipulation. All right. One thing when it comes to photojournalism, it is very important to understand the ethics value and the moral value of a journalist, and of course, as a photographer, when you showcase any of your visual storytelling to the news or to the public. All right, without further ado, let me actually move forward to my presentation on photojournalism ethics. All right. So I hope everybody could see my screen. If you have any issues viewing my screen, so you can actually. All right. Okay, so let me go on full screen mode. Okay, so now we are in the sharing screen. Okay, guys, so today basically we are going to speak about the ethics of photojournalism, and I'm just going to cover very briefly. I'm not going to go in detail because I think Madam Ganges has explained to us everything in detail. All right, I just going to cover things that is related to visual and how photo manipulation is illegal when it comes to news and journalism. But before that, you need to understand when it comes to photojournalism, yeah? You have to understand the history, the professional organization that actually supports this ethics. Okay, what are the ethical and the legal and the social consideration, and of course, of the unethical practices and the impact of new technologies when it comes to photojournalism. So photo manipulation has always been in this the trend of technology at the moment. The thing about when you have this app or software where you can actually edit any kind of photo, whatever that is not true, it becomes true through the viewer who actually has no knowledge when it comes to technology. All right, so that is already manipulating the ethic value, the moral value, the knowledge value of the viewer. So it is important for us to respect when it comes to photojournalism. All right, as mentioned in the history of photojournalism, of course, I'm not going to explain the whole history of photojournalism, but you need to understand the main reason photojournalism actually came to this world, was introduced, is because of the war. All right, as mentioned by historians, the origins all started by the war of photography. The most prominent one is by this photograph. If you can actually see through this presentation, is the Crimean War of the 1850s. This photo was actually taken by Roger Fenton, and what he actually took this photo is to deliver the message to the audience, because they can't see live telecast of a war during that time. So viewers will want to see the originality of the situation. If you look at the photo, basically on the background of the photo is actually a church, and then of course you can see the wheelbarrow there, or some sort of the vehicle, or maybe the cannon vehicle. All right, and then if you see closely, those are all dead bodies, the dead bodies of the armies that actually fight to, you know, protect their country. So what was the reason for all these photographs to be showcased? It's actually to educate, of course, to educate the audience, educate us to actually understand humanity. What's the reason of war? Is war so much important to show power or authority where we actually lose more life? So photojournalism actually came upon to give and to deliver this message. All right. So when it comes to journalism, I think most of the mass communication background people, they understand what is the meaning of journalism, because if you look at the definition, it has mentioned here, it is the production and the distribution of reports on the interaction of events, facts, ideas, and people that are the news of the day, and that inform society to at least some degree. All right. By now, we have so much advanced technology. I mean, we already have our own television on our smartphone. Basically, any kind of news will be delivered immediately. All right. So when there is advancement in technology, there's always advancement in forgery and, of course, manipulation. All right. I'll go for, I would not want to explain more on that. I will explain the organization that actually supports the truthful photojournalism. There's this one professional organization where we call the NPPA, the National Press Photographers Association, where it actually dedicated to the advancement of visual journalism, its creation, practice, training, editing, and distribution. They even guide photographers on how to properly edit and distribute the photograph. All right, in all news media, and works to promote its role as a vital public service. They use these four words: reliable, trustworthy, familiar, and of course, you need to be honest. You can't stage a photojournalism as visual, It's already faking it when you stage a certain photograph. So when you approach someone in order to interview, you can't tell them, okay, this is what you're going to do. We are going to act like you're a happy family, or you're an injured person, and you're going to cry, and I'm going to record it, and I'm going to show it to the public. That is already forgery. That's already against the truthful of photojournalism. So NPPA is it has aligned certain ethics and rules that should be followed by photojournalists, and of course, it is also mentioned as the voice of visual journalist. Let's talk about ethics. When it comes to ethics, what do we understand about ethics? So ethics, of course, it comes to our, the humanity that we have in ourselves. The moral principle that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. So the branch of knowledge that deals with moral principles. So basically, whatever you say, whatever you do, whatever that is related to photojournalism, it has to come into moral ethics. Moral ethics is all about humanity. It's about respecting humanity and also, of course, respect public, right? So NPPA has created its preamble. If you see there, there's actually 5 main preamble. But if you go to their website, they have a range of preamble that you can actually check on it. The first thing first, as a photojournalist, what you should, or what a photojournalist should, the responsibility, the responsibility of a photojournalist. A visual journalist operate as as trustees of the public. You are the advocate of the public. The visual journalists are the advocate of the public. If you are spreading fake news or spreading fake photojournalism, then how will the public trust you? All right? And responsibility to document society and to preserve its history through images. So, how are we going to preserve certain destroyed buildings, or maybe due to some natural disaster, some certain places are destroyed? So, those are all have to be documented responsibly. Photographic and visual images can reveal great truth. People like to see proof right now. You would want to look at proof when there's a story. All right. So then, of course, there should be a visual to support the text. All right. And then expose wrongdoing and neglect. Remember when Madam Ganges has mentioned that about when there is a statement about somebody doing something wrong, there should be a visual to support it. And that visual should not be staged. It should not be edited. It should not be even manipulated. It has to be a raw image. And of course, at the same time, it has to inspire hope and understanding. It's all about humanity. It comes back to humanism. All right? Moving forward, the main practices of a photojournalism when it comes to media ethics and law, you have to be accurate and comprehensive in the representation of subjects. When they mention about subjects can include the person itself, or the subject means the location or the situation, but mainly subjects are always referred to the individual, all right, or the community, or the country, all right. You must resist being manipulated by staged photo opportunities. You know, we love to do this. When you take a photo of a great environment, let's say about a very beautiful landscape, and then you just think, let's add some dark clouds. Oh, okay, you added dark clouds to it, and then, oh, why not? Let's add more thunder and storm. Make it more realistic. You have to resist the temptation of doing that. You must keep all the photos as raw as possible to avoid this kind of manipulation, because it is already considered as staged photo. Be complete and provide context when photographing or recording subjects. All right? You cannot simply collect information, and it should not be a limited information, to be honest. Your information should be complete, because photos or photographs, it delivers messages unlimited. People can interpret interpret visual and images into different kind of messages. All right, so you need to provide context for it. You have to treat all subjects with respect and dignity, no matter where or how or what the background is. We as human, we have no rights to actually treat another person lesser, so we need to treat them equally. No matter what, we still have to have this moral ethics in ourselves. While photographing subjects do not intentionally contribute to, alter, or seek to alter or influence events. Remember when I mentioned about before you're going to document these photographs, means before you're going to actually do the shooting. All right, let's say this child just fell off the bike, but there's no injury. The child is just normal. He got up from the ground and then he just went on the bike, and then he continues his way. But then you would like to make it more dramatic. Let's take some tomato ketchup and just spill it on the floor, and then maybe let the child, face down. so that nobody can see actually the child is breathing or not, and document the photo. That's actually alteration, and that is not right. So that is already against ethical practices. I can go on and on and on into this, but what is very important when it comes to photojournalism, it is very, very important. Ideally, as a visual journalist, you have to strive to ensure that the public's business is conducted in public, and you have to think proactively as a student of psychology, sociology, politics, and art to develop a unique vision and presentation. You have to strive for total and unrestricted access to subjects, avoid political, civic, and business involvement, and of course, strive to be unobtrusive and humble in dealing with subjects. You cannot be very physically violent or even through communication, verbal communication. You have to respect any of the subjects that you are dealing with as a visual journalist. All right. The impact that you can see right now at the moment, of course, you can see there's a lot. The first thing first, I don't have to introduce you guys to internet. I mean, the more advanced the internet is, now it's fiber optics everywhere. In split second, take the photo, edit it. That's where photo manipulation comes in. Let's upload on social media. You have fiber optic internet, so let's do it. Oh, before doing it, let's stage some action. Maybe, as I say, the child facing down on the floor, break some ketchup bottle so that maybe it looks like blood, and then you're done. But then you are already misusing technologies. Basically, technologies are to help us to deliver what is basically happening. So, as mentioned about COVID-19, right? How there's so many things that has been under the category of fake news. So, photojournalism was a part of it also, which was not ethical at all. So, please be very, very careful, please very responsible, be responsible about what you should post in your social media, what kind of message you should deliver together with the image, and of course, do not alter the story. If you don't know the story, you don't know what the source of the image is, do not even share it. All right? Just delete it. All right? Because you have seen how Madam Ganges has present the consequences that you will be facing under the legal law, right? Okay, so before I end for this photojournalism, media ethic and law, I would like to show you some of these images that is quite hilarious, to be honest. You can actually go and check also, but then let's go together. I'll click the link here. This will actually bring us to a website where it is called for Panda. Hold on, let me share the screen. Okay. Of course, for some of you, this might look funny. For some of you, it might look repulsive. But then I think it is very important for us to understand when it comes to fake viral photos, and immediately people believe that it's actually real. Okay, the number one photo that actually has been viral all this while, do you guys remember there is this lion that actually will roar out of MGM intro? Behind the scene photo of MGM intro, this about the lion, actually the true photo is on the right hand side. The left hand side is actually a manipulated photo. So you see how manipulation can actually alter our mind and thinking that is actually true. All right. This photo is actually a lion strapped onto a machine in order to make the iconic MGM intro of a lion roaring. What they are trying to deliver, saying that MGM is abusing this animal, tying this animal onto this machine so that the animal should roar through the MGM intro, the banner there. But then actually it's not the true photo. The true photo is on the right hand side. It's actually the lion is going through, diagnosed in the vet's office. So can you imagine how it's against ethic? This is already questioning the moral value that we have in ourselves. How could we actually alter this image, not only to manipulate humans' mind, the public's mind, but also at the same time to actually bring down the company's name, giving it a bad reputation. And of course, it's not respecting the animal itself. And then, let me go further. This one, the mustache wasn't enough. They had to add those angry eyebrows. I mean, really? Are we that excited when we see cats with eyebrow? I mean, like, this looks funny at the first time, but then this actually can grow much more larger. Everything starts small, but of course it looks funny now. I mean, come on, it has a mustache. Why not? You just add eyebrow. All right. So that is already against animal rights. Another one is about a guy creating an amazing fried rice wave. But originally, it's actually a replica of a sculpture. He just hold it, giving it an action, and took the photo. And people think, wow, it's a viral sensation. All right. The fourth one, this where it actually shows astronaut smoking marijuana in space. Oh, this was really, this has actually gone too much further about this person's Photoshop skills. Actually, to be honest, he didn't even hold marijuana. It was something else in the bag. All right, but it was actually Easter eggs. All right, but then the editing power of the Photoshop is so good that you can actually see it does not show any resemblance that is actually fake. All right, I can go more and more, but this one is kind of the interesting. I mean, at first you could even realize this is actually fake. There are so many photographs, viral photographs like this has been spreading all over, and it has been, poor grandparents and our parents who don't know that this is actually true or not, they will actually believe all this. But it's just combination of a normal building and, manipulate it and superimpose, and of course, tada, we have a magical castle. So you guys can actually go more, and you can actually go to www.panda.com, fake news photos, viral Photoshop. You can see there's a lot of really, really interesting, which goes against. I'm not supporting this photo editing. I'm not supporting this manipulation, because this is actually wrong. I mean, who does a dangerous pilot selfie? He's actually on the runway. He's not even on the sky. All right. Of course, there's another one, which is a kid sleeping near his deceased parents' grave in Syria. This was quite controversial, because that was not even the child. I mean, the child has nothing related to the grave. All right. So we must be very careful with what kind of photos are shown as viral. And as a human, you need to think properly about certain things which looks quite ridiculous, but of course, I mean, it challenges our mental that things are true or not. All right. So I shall end my presentation for today, today's webinar. Thank you, Miss Molly, for giving me this chance. So if you have any questions, maybe we can move forward to the Q&A. So, Miss Molly?
Chandran, for the informative and interesting talk. Alright, I think we had really good views on the images all. Alright, the first image is like, oh, right. Okay, to our audience, alright, thank you for being an active audience. Okay, before we move on, okay, there's a question from the audience. Okay, let's pick up. Okay, this is from Mugen. What is the differences between those time and current time photojournalism?
Oh, you mean those times? Okay, that's actually a very good question. I mean, I think those times they don't have Photoshop. This time they have Photoshop. All right. So, I mean, you can even look at the technology that currently we have at the moment. You don't have to go far. It's all in our smartphone. Last time, there is not even a camera that been afforded by those time people. You know, only certain people are able to take the photograph of certain incident, certain situation, certain occasion, and then published it in the newspaper. So you can only look at the newspaper and then you know it's authentic. But then now, you just split second. You just take the photo, edit it, and then submit it. So photojournalism now is all have to be screened. You cannot believe in every single photos that is, declared as photojournalism. So I hope that answered the question.
Yes, Mugen, I hope that clear. Okay, we have another question from Muhammad Hakim. All right. What is your view on photo manipulations of that he fooled almost everyone, including Minister of Malaysia in Twitter?
That's actually very okay. First thing first, which kid you are talking about at the moment? Because I need to know who's the kid. Okay, because there's so many of them who actually manipulate a lot of photos where if it's related to our politicians. So if you are talking about the McDonald, the McDonald look on the previous prime minister, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay,
It
maybe
might
Hakim
not
can.
even be him. Yeah, it might not even be him. It could be just a resemblance. But then that is not photojournalism. Okay, that is not photojournalism. That is just a caricature or something that is done for fun, because it's. I mean, we can actually think further. When you actually use that as a photojournalism, a caricature should not be a photojournalism. So Hakim, I hope that answered your question. But that's a good question though.
Okay, another question, Mr. Tujan, for you. Again, from again, Dave. The importance of photojournalism in our country and other countries.
I think what he's trying to ask is the difference. Most probably, the difference is it. To tell you the truth, throughout the whole world, photojournalism is the most important when it comes to journalism and photography together. There is no difference, or there is no degree level of saying that, oh, okay, in this country, we don't mind photo manipulation, so we allow fake photojournalism. No, this thing is applied in throughout the whole world. So the importance of photojournalism about delivering the truth, it's all around the world.
Okay, right. Again,
So
I hope Mr. Tujan has answered you. Alright, okay, I think another question, I guess. Okay, let me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is the kid that he mentioned earlier.
So the kid claimed that he was chosen by NASA, but yet he just photoshopped that he was chosen, and people believed it. I think this boy is a very good at Photoshop. That's
Yes,
all I can say.
definitely.
He's really good at Photoshop. All right.
Alright, okay. Okay, we will check another question. Is there any ways for us to fake photos of photo manipulation to
All
stop?
right. To stop, as you guys have seen, I think Madam Ganges has
Can you
presented
speak?
there's a lot of acts and penal action that will be taken, to this kind of fake photos and photo manipulation. So I think it would be great if, like Madam Ganges could explain, if there's any act to actually stop fake photos and photo manipulation in photojournalism.
Oh, well, if you see the difference from fake photos or photo manipulation, we legal team will look at it as the same. Like whether it's news or it's photos, if it's fake, it is fake for us. So the in legal we don't differentiate whether it's photo or it's news. So we take it as fake.
So most
Alright.
probably that's the only way to stop all this.
Correct. So as long as
Yes.
it's fake.
So I hope that answers to the question.
Okay, Putri. Alright, we will check. Is there any questions more? Alright, that's all I think. Okay, thank you so much to our wonderful speaker. Okay, and to our audience also, thank you for being an active audience. And Madam Gange, special thanks to you, alright, spending some time with us. And I hope this session will be beneficial for everyone. Okay, thank you so much and stay safe. Alright, thank you and have a good day, guys. Okay, guys, okay, please share this video, and also if you have further questions about anything, okay, click to the link below and you can always contact us. Anything related to legal, kindly contact Madam Gange and so on. Thank you so much, and we are from School of Communication and Creative Art Design. Thank you so much.
Signing off.
Alright, thank you. Bye.
Bye.